Hi, everybody. It is Tammy P, ads and marketing expert. Hello. It is Thursday, February 6th, and I am here for my weekly live stream as I've committed to all of you guys. So, today we're going to be talking about how I grew my email list to 5,000 plus subscribers. And really, it's probably closer to 10,000. So, I'm being conservative here, but, um, you know, I work with a lot of people who have smaller email lists. So people are always asking me, like, what are the things that I do? What are the things that I've done and still continue to do to grow my business? So this is going to be this theme, you guys, for all of February. So I do weekly live streams every single week, Thursdays at noon Eastern. Join me live. It's absolutely free content coming to you with the hopes that I can give you a little piece of information, a little golden nugget to help you on your journey with marketing, ads, business, and all the things, right? So, theme of the month is talking about how to grow your email list, right? And in the world of TikTok, where, we had some things happening on social media, right? And so I totally get the importance of growing a following, growing on social media is super important. But the other important piece that I feel like people don't necessarily focus on enough is talking about the email list. So you could be growing your social media following and your email list simultaneously. So I want to just like bring attention to the importance of growing your email list and how that can be an actual revenue stream for you, right? So if you think about it for a minute, if let's say you're focusing on growth either on Facebook, or you could be focusing on growth on Instagram, or you could be focusing growth on LinkedIn, any of those things. But if you're not getting an email list or email, you don't have any way to communicate directly with someone, right? And so the thing is, if, as an example, like right now, I'm live streaming on 8 different channels, right? And so maybe I'm reaching everybody because I'm live streaming on 8 channels. And I want you to think about the email inbox the same thing. Everybody has an email inbox. And so it doesn't matter what social platform they're on, you're going to be able to reach them if you focus on growth with your email. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about. All of that is the entire theme for February is email list growth and the importance of it to create a healthy, sustainable, and thriving business. Okay. So it doesn't matter. Like if you decide tomorrow you're moving on over from Facebook to Instagram and you want everybody to be over there with you, if you have an email list, you can let people know that that's what you're doing. If you're growing your YouTube channel and you want to get more subscribers on there, you can release a video, email your list, and let people know, right? And so this is the power. I want everybody to focus. If you do not have a plan, if you are not intentionally growing your email list, this is absolutely something that I recommend paying attention to in 2025. I think it is absolutely critical. Okay. So, we're going to be talking about it. And first, I want to share my story of how I actually grew to 5,000 plus subscribers. So way back in 2018, I was experimenting. I didn't really know what I was doing in the online space, and I ran Facebook ads, right? And I wasn't an expert at the time, and so everybody knows, or if you have followed me for any period of time, you will absolutely know that my favorite method for growth is Facebook ads, for email list growth in particular. I think it is the most efficient way. And, I was talking to someone a couple days ago who they have 100 people on their email list. It is totally reasonable to say in the month of February, you want to grow by 100 for that month. You could double your email list in just 1 month with different methods, not just Facebook ads. And we can talk about it. But when I share my story of starting Facebook ads, and specifically what I was doing is I was promoting, I think way back then, some kind of like a tool resource kit or something like that, right? And I spent 8K and I grew my email list to probably over 1,000 at the time. And it opened my eyes up to like how easy it is to grow, right? If we're intentional about growing. Now, I spent 8K and I didn't know what I was selling on the back end. So I want to preface this with like, yes, email list growth is great, but you also have to have your offers as well. So if you're growing your email list and you have no idea what you're offering, that's definitely a thing, right? But if you do grow your email list, let's say you have 100 and you grow to 200 by the end of February, then you can have what's called a lazy launch and put out one of your offers, put out one of your products, and make money, right? And so I do feel like it should be something that every business should focus on to assess the health of their business. Are we growing our email list every single month, month after month? And I don't care if it's 10 names, 50 names, 100 names, 1,000 names, there should be an upward tick. And a lot of times people are like, I'm super afraid of emailing my list because people unsubscribe. Well, the solution for that, if you will, is to actually focus on growth, right? If we're saying, okay, I don't want to email my list because people unsubscribe, that's lack, right? And so if we're in the mode of growth, what I call growth mode, we're going to be purposefully growing. And I follow a lot of people, I follow a lot of marketers, and I will definitely tell you that this is something that all of them are focusing on 2025, right? In the world of like social media and platforms, we don't always know what's going to happen, but you own your list. I want everybody to know you own your list, right? Once you have a list, you own it, and nobody can take that away from you. It is actually an asset. It's an asset in your business when you intentionally grow your email list. It is an actual asset in your business. Okay. I want everybody to understand how important it is. So when I was on my journey of growth, what I started with is a lead magnet. We can call it a lead magnet. We can call it a freebie, whatever it is you want to call it. But it was a very strategic freebie, meaning like it aligns with my offer. We're not just making up any kind of a freebie. It's got to be a really good one. And in my opinion, these days, it almost has to feel like something that you would pay for, right? So the freebie is the front of it. And then from there, it goes to, they have a freebie, and then it goes to a landing page where we put in our name and email, and people can sign up, and that's how we grow the email list, right? So the three main methods that I have used to grow my email list to 5 to 10,000. I mean, like I said, if I include, active, I would say 5,000, but I have grown it to over 10,000 in the past few years. So the main things that I used in order to grow my email list exponentially was a couple things. Okay. One, definitely by far, like the absolute number one thing was Facebook ads. So I ran lead gen ads, which are list building ads, specifically to some kind of a freebie, a workshop, a challenge of some kind, right? Where we were looking for registrations, workshop registrations, challenge registrations, freebies. We're just intentionally growing our email list, right? So that's option one, was Facebook ads. Now, the other couple ways that I grow is I've also grown by doing speaking engagements, right? And the ones that have worked the best for me in particular, one would be summits. Summits are absolutely phenomenal. So if you do, if you have no problem speaking, there's plenty of places you can collab and get speaking gigs, right? And those have been really good. So depending on the size of the summit, it's been great. Like I could grow my email list in a day by 50 or 100 if it's a good summit, right? So that's a second method I would say if I'm thinking about, okay, what were the main ways? So Facebook ads is one. That's definitely like in between launches, perfect thing to do. In between, doing a summit or speaking in a summit, perfect thing to do, right? And so you can tailor, like if I had a summit interview going for the week, which actually I have one that I'm launching soon, or it's not mine, but a speaking gig that I'm going to be talking about, I would be focusing on that. But in between, I would definitely be doing like Facebook ads, right? So there's got to be a way in which we're growing all the time. So Facebook ads is my method one. Doing summits is my method two. And my method three, I would say, is doing bundles. So bundles are giveaways because I'm a course creator. So we can come up with like a low ticket digital product. And a lot of times they'll either have free and then also a paid. So every single month you should have a plan. And then the fourth could be networking too. So if you go to like actual in-person networking, I'm going to be doing that soon as well. I actually have to write that down because I forgot, but I'm going to be doing it in-person networking soon. And so, that's another way we can get business cards. So I'm going to review this for a second. But the main point I want to say, and I'm going to talk about this more next week, is there needs to be an intentional plan in place. And I'm saying this for myself as well as for anybody else, my students, my clients, anyone listening on this live. If you're not sitting down at the beginning of February and saying, okay, Right now I have 100 people on my email list, and by the end of February 28th, I want 200. If you're not doing that intentionally in your business, you're not intentionally growing your business, right? And so a lot of times we're just kind of like, I don't know, I want to get clients, I want to grow, I want to this, but we don't set those targets, right? We don't set those targets and hit them. So I'll be talking more about that this month, but I want everybody to think about, okay, what is my current email list for right now for where I'm at and where do I want to go? If we don't have a clear roadmap of where we want to go, then we're not going to achieve that goal, right? So I want to think everybody to think about email list growth in goals. Like we're intentionally growing. We have a method for growth every single month in our business. We're not on the decline. We're growing our email list. We're growing our social media following on a very consistent basis. And when you grow on a consistent basis, your results and the number of clients that you get will exponentially increase. I guarantee it, you guys. I absolutely guarantee it. And then also you can grow, you can sell your courses, you can sell all kinds of stuff to your email list as well. So if you do it the right way and you continue to engage them. So we'll be talking about that all the month of February of like how I would initially grow and then how I would actually keep them engaged on my email list so that I can actually make my email list profitable, right? And that's really what it's about. It's about a profitable email list, a one in which we can send an email and make money. So to round out this discussion, how I specifically grew my email list to 5,000 subscribers in a couple of years is specifically 3 methods. The main methods that I can think of right now that I think were the most impactful, meaning like I wasn't just getting like 3 or 4 emails at a time. I was getting like 50 or 100, right? I was seeing significant growth. The one is Facebook ads, and Facebook ads, we're running lead gen ads, we're running lead ads. You can turn those on anytime, you guys, and get 30 leads, honestly, if you know how to set them up correctly. So that's method 1 was Facebook ads. It's still always my preference because it's so consistent. Like it is so consistent to just turn on ads and get leads. The second method that I liked is doing summits. So I get invited to speak at summits or I submit applications to speak at summits. And if they're a decent sized summit, I've been able to grow by like 50 or 100 people at a time. So speaking gigs have been absolutely amazing for me. It established me as a brand, as an expert, as an authority, but it also helps in growth in my business, right? And then method 3 are bundles. So if you've seen giveaways or bundles, be like digital products or course bundles where they bundle up a stuff and do it that way, that's another method I absolutely love for growth. So I want everybody to think about before I pop off for today and see you next week. What is your method for growth? Do you have a method for growing your email list for this month of February? Okay. Are you intentionally growing your email list for this month of February? What is your plan? If you don't know, you need to know. You need to. Okay. Because if we're not growing, we're declining. If we're not growing, we're not in growth mode, we're in decline mode. And we want to be in growth mode to continue to build our business and build a successful business in which we love. Okay. All right. So that's all for today. And this kicks off the series that I'll be talking about for the next couple weeks, all going through email list growth and why it's super important. Next week, I'm going to touch on TikTok a little bit. I'm going to talk about TikTok and I'm going to talk about why, again, like people are like, oh, I spent years growing on TikTok. And I'm like, but we need to get them on the email. We need to get them on the email. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about actually some automations around that. We can make this all automated so that once you set it up, you don't have to do anything else. Yeah, so I hope you guys are loving this. And let's just see here. I'm going to check in for a minute here and see if anybody has any questions for me before I pop off. And we'll be back next week. All right, so give me a minute here. I'm not seeing any in there. I don't know about my Facebook group. Just check in for a minute and then I'll be off for the day and I'll see you guys next week. All right, so let's see here. I don't know. All right, so I don't see any questions here, so I'm going to pop off for the week. I hope this has been super helpful. Again, if you are interested in growing and specifically growing your email list and you want the methods for how to do that, that's what we're talking about all for the month of February coming up. So I hope you guys are excited as I am, and I'll see everybody next week. All right, bye.